What's up, everyone? Ruben here, relationship non-guru. Sorry there's no background today. It's been a really busy week for me. I'm extremely exhausted. Lots of stuff going on right now. But I want to make a quick video on something that I kind of had an epiphany on the other day. And it's something that comes along the line of what makes you attractive. Not in a sense of only in dating, but as I do with my videos and my website, is all kinds of relationship. What makes you attractive? Because that's what you want to become the biggest part. It's becoming attractive. The biggest part of building any relationship is you have to have attractive qualities, for instance. And I'm always reading books, and I was reading this book, Mate, by Tucker Max and Jeffrey Miller, a PhD in evolutionary psychology and all this stuff that talks about basically our ancestors and how sex came to be and why we're here today and all this, and it deals with the social aspect of it. And I came across something where I'm just gonna say in very short, in order to be attractive, the biggest thing is to be effective. In this is what they say. They talk about getting girls, really, but I believe that when you learn it's kind of an art to pick up women as a man, or as a woman, you learn how to be decisive and choose a man and not go with anything that comes, and knowing yourself enough to not every man that comes by that you possibly get into bed with will be the next one. You kind of know as a female. But in this instance, it's going to be mostly from a man's point of view. And that's saying that you as a man, because of evolution, wants you to be effective. A woman becomes attractive to you by becoming effective. Now, what to become effective in? I'm going to tell you right now. I would say about 5 areas of your life. 5 areas of your life. Now, where do these 5 areas consist of? I'm pretty sure it's very common sense. You'll probably thought of a few right now. So where do you want to be effective in? Health. You don't really have to go hard and be all jacked, but mostly you have to I'm going to say what you're not going to have is a keg belly, a beer belly, just a flat stomach, and you kind of have an aesthetic look to you. That's all. Simple, right? You have to be effective with your family relationships. So a woman likes to see a man who is very loving, who cares about their family. Women love that, and I believe that if you bring that to other relationships, it's also the same way. If you're very effective in your family relationships, it equals to you being effective in friendships, relationships, all aspects of life. Then you have work, of course, financial. Do you have dreams? Do you have a goal? Do you have something you're kind of going towards? And I remember reading this in The Way of the Superior Man. As a man, you have to have your journey. You ever been in a situation when you're talking to a female, or if you're a female, you've been in a situation where you're talking to a man, and this particular man is talking about his dreams, his aspiration, what he wants to do, what he loves. Why do you think artists, get beautiful women? Because when they explain their art and it's just flowing, and they talk about it with this enthusiasm, and they're just really out there, and they're very animated, and excuse me. And when a woman sees it, they get very attractive. It turns them on. Not only that, but imagine when you do that with other people, they're also doing the same thing, very enthusiastic, and they're talking. It kind of makes you lean into them and be like, wow, this guy really loves what he's doing. Not only that, but you got to have that work aspect. You have to also be fun. Now, as a woman, you know how boring it is if your man is not fun, if he's not funny, if he is not a little sarcastic, and he likes to joke around, maybe you guys play fight, or you guys have a specific, pet names you call each other, and all these, just a very playful kind of attitude. And then, in my personal experience, that's probably been one of my strongest points in all my relationships and girlfriends I've had and girls I've met and dated for a short amount of time, and friends, is that having that playful vibe and atmosphere. Now, another thing is knowledge. What you know. What skills do you know? Because back in the day, evolution, if the man was a great hunter, he can come back with food, and he can take care of the family. He can basically protect the family from other males, from maybe other tribes. These are all things that evolution grow, and women don't think about it consciously. It's a subconscious thing. So if you're very knowledgeable nowadays, I mean, you gotta be more knowledgeable in like technical advances. You know, this being a photographer, you have the art creativity mind, but you know how to use your computer, and you know, you don't technically have to talk. Not a lot of women are into that, right? And not into the technical. You talking about programming? My roommate, for instance, he's not gonna want to talk about programming to his girlfriend. She's gonna be sitting there, like, she might listen intently and like try to understand him, because most women want to be there, understand you, but she will get bored. And as long as you understand that, and she knows you're on your path and you're gaining more knowledge, you know, like my girlfriend, for instance, she loves when we have our conversations where have certain opinions, and maybe she, you know, we don't fight over it. It's mostly like a discussion, and maybe I might change her perspective in something, or she might change mine. Not change per se, but it makes you think out of the box. It makes you think of what you know, because your opinions don't really matter, and it's always good to know both sides of an opinion. It's kind of like a very controversial, I can't even say bleh, controversial arguments, like abortion, for instance. Are you pro-abortion? Are you against it? You know, like all that. You have to be knowledgeable. So these are just like 5 main traits, very broad. When I do create my product, I will get very detailed in this. So be expecting a product soon. I have a lot of time coming in November. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a video product. I'm making it very inexpensive because it's my first product, and I definitely want you guys to get in on it and give some good feedback or bad feedback, whatever works. So be expecting a video next week. It's a pleasure, and as always, stay awesome.